Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Chum here, and welcome back to another episode of Battlespot Blast. As you guys can see, today we have a brand new team. I guess you could say it's for a brand new year. Regardless, on our team, you guys can see we have an Alolan Ninetales, which is holding a Life Orb. And of course, this is a Snow Warning set, so we got that 100% accurate Blizzard. And then we have Komodo holding the Fighting EMZ. And the sole reason for that is because we are so afraid to use Focus Blast. But there's only ever one event that we ever need to use it in a battle, so I figured why not just make it 100% accurate and make it a Z move. So of course that's why we had the Fighting EMZ. And then we have Tapu Koko, which I believe is rocking the Electrium Z, just because I don't really have a better item to use on it, and I really like to use Z moves, they're a lot of fun. And then you guys can see another new contender to our team. We have our Marowak holding the Thick Club. And then we have two familiar members. We have Battlespot, who is holding a red card, because I hope to be able to get hit, red card my opponent, and then emergency exit out to something that has type advantage. That would be really, really cool. I want to try that out. And then finally, of course, you guys can see we have Mudsdale, the champion, who I believe is still rocking Assault Vest, because there's no reason not to. Either way, this is our team. We are ready to go. I'm pretty excited. I'm really hoping we can get at least one win today, because honestly, it's all uphill from last episode, and I'm gonna keep believing that. You guys can see we have a brand new record, and the reason for that is I was away from home for a while, and I played on my other 3DS, and of course when you switch different 3DSs and you do rating battles, then what do you call it? What's that word called? Your rating resets. Otherwise, we're going up against someone who is all the power right now. We're using the Guardian Deity music. I changed it at the last second, and we have OU.team right now. We have Garchomp, we have Gyarados, we have Talonflame, we have Milotic, we have Porygon Z, and we have Gengar. So we're not even facing a single 6th gen Pokemon, and we are using all 6th gen Pokemon. So it's gonna be fun. Of course, I mean, I count Alolan variants as 6th gen Pokemon. Sorry, 7th gen Pokemon. I meant 7, not 6th. My bad. I'm in the past right now. Either way, let us look and see what we have to do here now. Because that Gyarados is here, I have to bring Komodo, because Komodo is my only answer to Gyarados. I guess Tapu Koko could be an answer, but after one Dragon Dance, it's not, and it will die. So that's obviously unfortunate. But I might lead Tapu Koko, because it does have a good typing for everything else in the team. So we will do that. We'll lead Tapu Koko, and then it's a bit strange. I gotta make sure I don't use my 2 Z moves, because I'm gonna have 2 Z moving Pokemon on the team at once. And then for the final Pokemon, we have an answer for Milotic, Garchomp. We don't really have a good Talonflame answer. We have one, but it's not that great. We don't have an answer for Porygon Z or Gengar. Marowak is not an answer for Gengar. It's too slow. It will die. Maybe Mudsdale is the key, but too many Pokemon in this team just destroy Mudsdale. But I think we have to go with it, so we'll grab Mudsdale, and we'll see how we do. I don't have a lot of confidence in this battle. It does seem like our opponent kind of has the upper hand here. I mean, they're using very, very powerful Pokemon. If you guys haven't noticed, so far I've been restricting myself to using only Gen 7 Pokemon. And the reason for that is I've been spending my time breeding new Pokemon rather than rebreeding things I already have on my Generation 6 console. Cartridge. And once I end up getting Pokebank, and then I can swap them over and do all the fun stuff. Either way, we see Tapu Koko versus Gengar, which is actually a really, really bad time for us. But we do outspeed, which means we can simply just go for a Volt Switch and then switch out into something else and hope for the best. So we're going to do that. This could even be a Mega Gengar. I don't think it would be, because it is. Okay, that means we can almost assume that Gyarados is not here, because you wouldn't bring both of them. I'm going to assume Gyarados is Mega, because I've been seeing a lot of Mega Gyarados around the place. Now, can we outspeed this thing? We do outspeed this thing. That is great for us, because I believe after the Mega Evolution, it's just like a speed tie or something very, very close to a speed tie. And I think, do we think a Shadow Ball is coming? It's probably gonna be a Sludge Bomb, and I believe I believe this man is immune to Sludge Bomb. So if it is a Sludge Bomb, we're gonna take 0 damage from him. Show me Sludge Bomb, bulletproof. Let's go, baby! Actually using our ability to our advantage, and that is the first. Oh my goodness, I'm a champion. And now this person doesn't have any dragon immunity, so we're just going to click Clanging Scales. There is no reason not to. I can't believe that play actually worked out. I'm amazed. I'm done. We see that we Gengar withdraw, and the Gyarados does come out. Very interesting. It's going to get the Intimidate off, but that's not going to matter because we are specially offensive. And here comes the Clanging Scales. Gonna do a butt ton of damage. Barely gets to 50, which is really, really unfortunate for us. Now, part of me wants to go for my Z move. At the same time, part of me thinks it's really, really crazy, because if it doesn't Mega Evolve, we're going to be doing less damage than last turn. And Clanging Scales does have the chance to pick up the KO regardless. So I think we're just going to go with it. If we get a low roll, that's going to be really bad luck, but we have to do it. At the same time, if it does Mega Evolve... Oh, wait. What am I talking about? It can't Mega Evolve. They already used Mega Evolution. Wow, okay. So I made the right play, but, I mean, I got really lucky. I dodged the Ice Fang. Unbelievable. Un-freaking believable. That is a 5% chance to dodge. One of you guys actually mentioned in the last episode of one of the previous ones that I'm really unlucky, and today we are getting all of the luck. Now, they probably want to switch out this Gyarados. And no matter what move I go for, it KOs. But I think just in case Gengar comes out, we're going to click Clanging Scales once again. And I'll be honest with you guys, that Ice Fang was very close to killing me, or would have been very close, because I had 2 defense drops. Either way, now the Gyarados is gone, but I'm going to be at -3 defense, which makes me want to switch out. The fact that Gengar didn't want to stay in against Komodo is a really good sign for us. Maybe they were predicting, I don't know what they would have predicted to bring in Gyarados. That's kind of wild. Really unfortunate about our low roll, but at the same time, really unfortunate about our opponent's, what do you call that? Our opponent's miss. And hopefully, I mean, this person is making decisions right now, and I'm hoping that we can actually pull away the W, because this person is 1586, so if we can do that, it's going to be a fun time. Person's taking quite a while. Are we seeing a disconnect here? I really don't want that to be the case. I really don't want that to be the case. I guess, I mean, it's a tough decision. Do you think Gengar can one-shot Komodo? Gengar won't have any physical moves, so if they do send out Gengar, I can safely stay in and not worry about the fact that I have lost defenses. Of course, I'm -3 physical defense right now. If they send out anything that can actually harm me in literally any way, shape, or form, nah, we're going. We're outie. We are outie. And if they send in Garchomp, the question is... Oh, God, now. Okay. The question is, will they predict the Tapu Koko switch? If they do, good things happen for us, because we can get in Tapu Koko, go for a Dazzling Gleam. It probably won't KO, but it will do a great amount of damage. I think we're gonna make that read right now. Because if they don't go for the attack, they die. Like, are they really gonna risk? And in fact, actually, Earthquake might even kill us at this range, so they probably aren't gonna go for the. They probably won't go for it because all the minus defenses. We're just going to bring in Mudsdale here, who is a safe bet. Mudsdale doesn't really handle too much in their team. He's kind of just here for defensive support. Let's see what happens here. Hopefully we can take 2 attacks on this thing. I'm not too certain if it's Scarfed Abandoned. We do see the Earthquake, so that was the right play on my opponent's part. At -3 defense, this Earthquake should have easily KO'd my... What are you called? Why am I blanking on your name? This should have easily KO'd my Tapu Koko and my Komodo because I was -3 defenses. So, they made the right play there. I read them correctly. Or, you know, whatever you want to call it. Now, they have Gengar and Garchomp, which means no Earthquake immunity and no reason not to click Earthquake. I believe it should do more damage than, what do you call it? Heavy Slam. So we should be fine. Let's see what our opponent wants to do. I don't believe they have a single move that can KO us. We're going to get some free damage off here, which is, of course, going to be a good time. And we'll see if they change up their move, because we do want to know if this person is Scarfed, Banded, because if they're Scarfed, it's dangerous for us. Very, very dangerous for us. We'll see our opponent is taking their time. If they switch out here, they're done and dusted, so they can't afford to do that. They go for another Earthquake, so they might not be Banded, they might just have the best... so they might be Banded, or they might just have Earthquake be the best move for them to use. I believe we can take another one as well, which is absolutely astonishing. They're definitely not Banded, they could be Scarfed. No, there's no way a Banded Garchomp does that little damage to a Mudsdale. So stop saying Banded, we'll say Scarf, because I believe that's the item that they would run. And now we're just having an Earthquake off for a while, guys. And given that we've been waiting a little while for each of our turns, I want to quickly fix the face cam, because I realize now the lighting is really poor. We take that Earthquake, I'm not even looking at the screen, but I can hear it. And obviously, courtesy of stamina, we managed to survive on 9 HP. Oh my goodness, I knew it would be close, but that's a little bit too close for comfort. Regardless, this Garchomp does go down. And I believe that turns his battle into Komodo's game. Tapu Koko does outspeed. It either outspeeds or matches up. I don't want to take that risk. I love Gengar's little feet, Mega Gengar's little feet. Alright. You know, okay, this thing probably runs Shadow Ball and Sludge Bomb, so realistically I could switch in to Komodo, but I just can't. In fact, if those are its only 2 offensive moves, we might actually be 100% in the clear because they can't touch us. I love Bulletproof. I love that I made that play. Oh, dude. It looks like 2017's my year. No, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Now we're going to lose the fight. If you can't tell, I'm very excited. I love myself some tough Pokemon battles. In fact, this has been quite a long battle. And because I'm actually going to be going out very, very soon, I might only squeeze in 2 battles in this episode. I apologize for that. But if we pass 20, let's say 23 minutes by the time we end our second match, then I will probably call it there. And we'll try and make up time in a later episode. In fact, we might even end up doing only 2 matches per episode just because I can shorten them down. And it makes life a lot easier for me. And I hope you guys don't mind as well. In fact, actually, let me know. Do you mind only having 2 matches? It makes it a lot easier because it's a lot more. See, I could have got the free switch in there, which would have been overkill, but it could have happened because, of course, Bulletproof makes me immune to Shadow Ball. But yeah, I like 2 battles, so it's very quick, very fun. But at the same time, I like having 3 battles because that way I can decide, did I win or did I lose in the episode? And of course, by that I mean, did I have more wins and losses or more losses than wins? I don't know. Regardless, Komodo is here looking to destroy souls, and I almost got enticed to do my Z move, but I'm like, wait, it's a fighting type attack, don't do it. Now, we should easily live whatever Gengar wants to go for, even if it has Psychic. That shouldn't kill me. I'm tanking, man. I'm pretty much running max defense. Oh, sorry, max HP. And the reason I say pretty much is because if I had max, my HP would be 182, and I want to avoid having an even HP, so I went a little bit lower, so I got 181, and that gave me the ability to give myself a little bit more speed than normal. So any Komodo that isn't speed invested, I actually do outspeed, which is really, really good, because I have, instead of having 4 points in speed, I actually have 12, so the 2 extra points in speed could come in handy at some point. And of course, the little bit of HP doesn't matter too much. Now, our opponent is taking a very long time to make that move. Could they be AFK letting timer run down? Because it is being very, very slow. And by it, I mean my opponent, not the game. Regardless, we get to see some nice panning views of these Pokemon. And honestly, there we go. We see the Shadow Ball, so they must be counting down timer. Otherwise, I don't imagine they'd go for a Shadow Ball, having seen that we are already bulletproof. Pretty strange. And honestly, I love the fact that Komodo comes in both bulletproof and soundproof, because it makes, until you find out what type, which one they are, it makes it unsafe to go for bullet moves and sound moves on a Komodo, both moves. In the same way that a Lantern, you're never going to use water type or electric type on it, because it could be either water absorb or volt absorb, and it's not worth the risk. That 50-50. So really, really cool. I love Komodo for that one fact. It's just it's a great thing. It has so many immunities, and to obviously specific moves, and some of them, while they might not be actual immunities, it's just dangerous to assume and make your choice. Other way, we're gonna save that battle video. My team did the finest, and you guys can see the face cam is now super bright. I have a problem, man, when it comes to being like, how should the face cam look? Let's make it super pretty. And anyway, battle video is saved. I'm just really obsessive over the face cam, guys. I apologize for that. And now that's our first win of the year, guys, and you guys got to witness it live. Not really live, but like kind of live. Either way, we pick up 19 points towards our rating for that battle. I feel like we should have got a little bit more. That was a person on 1586, literally 86 points higher than us, but I can understand why they wouldn't give us too many points for our first battle, because it could be that I'm just resetting my rating and I'm not actually, you know, I'm probably much better than 15, but I'm not. As you guys would have seen if you watched previous episodes of the series, I was not doing too well, but once Pokebank comes out, there will be a lot more variety in our teams, and I should be able to do a little bit better, because right now I've got very, very, very small variety in what my teams do. And in fact, I struggled. If you guys can't tell, the left 3 Pokemon in our team, so Ninetales, Komodo, and Tapu Koko, are at what the... Why? That guy's 17-23. Why? Game. What's wrong with you? I can't win this match. What? No. Oh, man. Okay. Komodo is good here. Marowak is good here. Komodo, Marowak, and who else? We don't really have a Tapu Lele answer in those 2. But no one else is a Tapu Lele answer. Maybe Mudsdale? Because if I'm not mistaken, a single, what's that move called? Shadow Ball from a Tapu Lele that kills a Marowak. So I think we're gonna have to be safe boys here. Safe boys. That's totally a thing I should be saying. Totally a phrase I should be saying. Battlespot has no value here. Tapu Koko has very little value here. I think we're gonna go with Komodo, Marowak, and Mudsdale. I think it's like, it seems kind of crazy. We're gonna lead Mudsdale because Tapu Lele is actually a really good lead for them. Most of my team can't handle it, so I don't see any reason not to on their side. Actually, you know what? How much time do I have? No time. Okay. We're just gonna do it. I was gonna say we should put Ninetales out front because we can Aurora Veil, but with 14 seconds on the clock, I was not gonna be able to make that change. So there you guys can see one reason you're gonna be able to think smart. Even though this is not my preferred setup or lead, of course not a bad one, but there is still a tiny preference in my mind as to something that could be a little bit better. The fact that I was too slow in thinking really kind of put me in a bad position and made me have to go in with something I'm a little less confident about. Regardless, I do definitely want to see Tapu Lele come out as their lead. We see Celesteela. That is bad news for us. But I believe what we can do is we just switch into Marowak. I don't see any reason not to. We're probably going to see a... what's that move called? A Leech Seed. Because this thing is such an annoying Pokemon. But it's fine. As long as you don't Toxic me, I'm okay with that. We see the Leech Seed. Are you going to miss? You're not going to miss. We're not that lucky, guys. We are not that lucky. And I shouldn't be asking for misses. Who am I? We just started this battle. We see tiny bit damage. How much is this going to do? 20 HP. Oh my goodness. Now, this person would be insane to stay in here. And looking at their team, do they have any Fire Blast resistances? They do in the form of, Flare Blitz, Fire Blast. In the form of Gyarados. Anyone who wants to switch in here against this thing doesn't actually want to get Will-O-Wisp. So I'm going to click Will-O-Wisp. The Celesteela could Protect, could Toxic. If it Toxics, that's going to be the worst thing for us. No, they do switch out. Show me the Gyarados and show me the Burn. Okay, Intimidate, that's very bad for us, of course, as you guys must know. We see the Will-O-Wisp come off, and we do land it. So there you go. The prediction comes through for us. I'm very, very happy about that. And now things get a little bit tough, because I don't really have that much of an answer for this Gyarados. And of course, it is very weak now, but it's still not a fun time, because it does really hurt a lot of our team. Now, what we'll do is this is going to be a bit of a bad decision, but we're going to show our opponent our entire team, and we're going to switch into Komodo. Again, this Gyarados is not going to be doing any damage to us. It's going to be very, very weak. And as you guys can tell, like I said, Gyarados is a common threat. We've seen two teams, two Gyarados. Very, very scary. We see the Waterfall here. Going to do absolutely nothing. It's resisted. We have all the HP, and that thing is is burned, so half attack. And we have, like I said, we have Celesteela in the back. I could go for Clanging Scales. It will do next to nothing to Celesteela, but I'm not in the mindset of predicting. Plus, this person is probably going to throw away Gyarados. At the same time, they might want to get a Pokemon in to shoo Tapu Koko out. Sorry, Komodo out. What the hell am I talking about? Tapu Koko. And in fact, they could have fairies in the back. So what I'm going to do actually is it's risky, right? But this Gyarados can't touch me, so there's no reason not to just click a random move and see what happens. Do you have a side effect, Komodo? You do. Okay, so I'm going to go for Flash Cannon. It is resisted just like Flamethrower, but there is a chance I'm going to lower the special defense. Can we see the switch out? We do see the switch out. Show me a fairy type. Celesteela. That's fine. That's fine. Flamethrower was not a bad decision there. Definitely not a bad decision. We see the Flash Cannon, predicting the fairy type. And by the looks of it, this person might not have any fairies on their side right now. Because, I mean, why wouldn't they bring it in? From here, we can just safely go for a Flamethrower. We're fine with that. And I'm going to be very, very happy if we manage to defeat this 1723 rated person. That'll be really good, because 1723 is a very, very, very high rating. We see the Citrus Berry, probably. That's really unfortunate for us. I might switch out now if they're going to do the Leech Seeds. They do the Leech Seeds, and that's going to make this Celesteela now a 3-hit KO from Flamethrower now, which of course is not what we want to see. And doing the math in my head, even right now, because of the Citrus Berry, this thing is not in range of a Z move. So we're going to switch out back into Marowak. And, I mean, if this person is smart, which they might be, they might consider me switching and go for another Leech Seed, which would be really interesting. I can't say even still this is a bad play, because we don't want to keep giving this thing Leech Seed recovery. We see the withdrawal. Very, very smart. and they send in the Gyarados. Now, that's good for them. That's very, very good for them. And they also lower my attack, which is the reason I don't want to stay in here. I can definitely take an Earthquake. A very, very smart play by my opponent, but we're just gonna go back into Komodo. I know it sounds a bit wasteful just to give them free attacks, and this person's playing really, really well. In fact, very, very impressive. And now we have Komodo out here. We're going to take probably an Ice Fang, a Dragon Dance. So they're trying to get their speed up now, which is fine by me. And given that they didn't bring in a Fairy type last time, I'm gonna think it's a pretty safe bet to just go straight for the Clanging Scales. Of course, this thing could Mega Evolve, and of course making Focus Blast the better play, but I don't want to make too many hard reads because they know I'm a fighting type. They go for the Waterfall +1. It's still not going to do too much damage. And this Clanging Scales, guys, I'm sorry about that. My own YouTube notification popped up right in front of your screen. I apologize. Can this KO? It doesn't KO, but it does a good amount of damage, and now we are not in a comfortable position. -1 defenses, and bad things could happen to us. But I think that because even another Waterfall will barely get us into Thingo range. We see another Waterfall, like I said. Another Waterfall is barely going to get us into less than half. In fact, it literally does by like 2, and we get flinched. That's really, really unfortunate for us. And we see Burn is still not going to KO this next turn. I don't mind. In fact, I expected that Waterfall to do even more damage than it did. So we'll take another one. It's fine. We have very limited use for Komodo, and honestly, the sole reason I brought Komodo was to counter the Gyarados, and that's actually the whole reason I have the Fightinium Z for all-out pummeling, is because I want to be able to all-out pummel Mega Gyaradoses. Because once a Gyarados gets +1 and Megas, it's going to outspeed everything on my team, and it's going to do a lot of damage. But even an Ice Fang can't one-shot my Komodo, and all-out pummeling kills. So it's a great Pokemon to have in the back. Now, this person did really, really well to lower my health a lot, making me a potential Ice Shard KO. And I don't really want to waste this Komodo, but at the same time, I really have nothing to kind of handle this Mamoswine. So I think we're just going to click Z Power. Wait, do we have Tapu Koko in our team right now? No, we don't. Okay, sorry. I was just double checking. We're going to click Z Power, and we're going to click all that pummeling. Could we live in Ice Shard? Could they be slower than us? One of the two could be possible. They're not Ice Sharding. Very, very interesting play here. Do they think they were going to live whatever fighting move we went for? Maybe they're hoping for the Focus Blast miss, which is not going to happen. We're a Komodo. We're using all-out pummeling. I love this move, and Komodo looks amazing in this move. I'm sure you guys have all seen the move. Just wait for the part where Komodo actually rushes at the opponent, and look how he moves. He literally, like, draws his fist back, goes to swing it, and turns it to a ball of fire flying at the opponent, KOing it in one hit. I'm surprised that thing let us do that. Unbelievable. Unfriggin' believable. Now, I would have liked to all-out pummeling the Celesteela, but that had to happen. We had to get rid of that Mamoswine. We had to take the risk. And now, we can safely click Flamethrower. And this Flamethrower, of course, will put in the finest, probably putting this thing to forfeited. Okay, I understand. I understand why you would forfeit, because, of course, Celesteela alone will never win against Marowak. At full HP, no matter how much stall they do, I can instantly kill them with a Flare Blitz. There was nothing they could have done. So, very smart by my opponent to forfeit there. I can understand why they would. I don't even think... No, they did see my... Wait, did they see my Mudsdale? Oh, no, they did, because it was my first Pokemon. So, I think we did amazingly in that battle. And I feel like this is going to be a really good year for Pokemon. I'm definitely excited for what's going to come. I'm definitely excited to do more of this. I'm glad we got a good team now that can really handle threats. You guys saw we went up against Mega Evolutions, Ultra Beasts. There were no Tapus brought by that person, but they still had them, and that was scary. Either way, I'm going to save this battle video, and I'm loving Pokemon today. I'm really, really happy. I'm really, really excited. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We're going to call it at 2 battles because we are about 25 minutes in, or at least I've been recording for 25 minutes. I apologize we didn't bring the third match, but let me know in the comment section below. Do you guys mind if it's only 2 matches, or do you want to see 3 matches every time, no matter the length? Let me know. And finally, guys, if you guys like this video, make sure you hit that like button. I mean, that's the whole reason it's called a like button. If you like it, you like it. Simple. If you guys want to see more content just like this, where I do other battles, including a lot of new series. So there's going to be fun stuff with the QR rental codes. There's going to be some fun stuff with Wi-Fi battles, which I will bring back. I wanted to do them over the holiday period, but it was just really difficult to get battles done, and I don't really have many teams, so it's a little bit tough. Either way, if you guys want to see all that brand new content as well as other awesome Pokemon stuff, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And finally, I want to thank you all for watching, and until next time, I hope you have a wonderful year. Wait, what? I meant to say day, but my mind said year automatically. But you know, still, I hope you guys have a wonderful day and year and all that fun stuff. I'm gonna get out of here before I keep rambling on until make a video 30 minutes long. Peace.